It's amazing to consider just how much we rely on the internet nowadays. Our communication and entertainment largely relies on the internet, the way we purchase goods and services and control our finances. Even our very livelihoods rely on the internet in varying degrees. With our ever-increasing dependence on the internet, it's really not surprising that we hear story after story of cyber attacks, data leaks and security breaches at some of the most well-known and recognised tech companies. What we don't hear about nearly as often are the attacks on individuals like you and me. There's a lot of people out there that'd love to get their hands on your banking details or your private data, and they've got the skills to do it if you make it easy enough for them. This video is sponsored by VirtualShield. They're a virtual private network designed to keep your data safe while you browse the internet. It's a simple layer of security that works on all of your devices. Visit hidewithbear.com this month where you can take advantage of their Black Friday sale and get an extra 40% off their VPN service. That's only $2.99 a month. Link in the description. Twitter is imploding under its own rules. In late October, Twitter updated its hateful conduct policy. Part of that update includes a section on repeated and/or non-consensual slurs, epithets, racist and sexist tropes, or other content that degrades someone. We prohibit targeting individuals with repeated slurs, tropes, or other content that intends to dehumanise, degrade, or reinforce negative or harmful stereotypes about a protected category. This includes targeted misgendering or dead naming of transgender individuals. They go on to explain, Twitter's mission is to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information, and to express their opinion and beliefs without barriers. Free expression is a human right. We believe that everyone has a voice and the right to use it. Our role is to serve the public conversation, which requires representation of a diverse range of perspectives. We recognise that if people experience abuse on Twitter, it can jeopardise their ability to express themselves. Research has shown that some groups of people are disproportionately targeted with abuse online. This includes women, people of colour, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual individuals, marginalised and historically underrepresented communities. For those who identify with multiple underrepresented groups, abuse may be more common, more severe in nature, and have a higher impact on those targeted. We are committed to combating abuse motivated by hatred, prejudice, or intolerance, particularly abuse that seeks to silence the voices of those who have been historically marginalised. For this reason, we prohibit behaviour that targets individuals with abuse based on protected category. Okay, first of all, non-consensual slurs. Aren't all slurs non-consensual? To whom it may concern, I hereby consent to being called a retarded, bitch-titted shit cunt. Free expression is a human right. Everyone should be able to express their opinion without barriers, except for the barriers we put up to stop people from expressing opinions we don't like. The sheer level of doublethink displayed here is amazing.
It's all amazing.
Now, the effects of this updated policy weren't felt until last week, when Canadian feminist and founder of the blog Feminist Current, Megan Murphy, was permanently banned from Twitter. Twitter permanently bans feminists for writing that men aren't women. Months after Twitter's CEO Jack Dorsey said his platform didn't take sides, his platform is not only taking sides, but becoming more progressive and Orwellian than ever. Men aren't women. Saying that men aren't women will now get you permanently banned from Twitter. Think about how retarded that is. Like, even if you're all on board with the far-left transgender activists, men still aren't women, because transgender women are women, and transgender men are men. So it seems that Twitter now have a problem with the mere distinction between men and women. Despite its CEO telling Congress the contrary a few months ago, Twitter has amped up its pattern of politically one-sided application of its terms of service. Last week, the social media giant permanently banned Megan Murphy, a writer based in British Columbia, for critiquing transgender ideology online. The platform repeatedly suspended her account for this, then ultimately banned her last week, saying such behaviour violated its rules against hateful conduct. Okay everyone, I have an announcement to make. I am depressed and or legit dying. Visit my Patreon at patreon.com/bearing. But seriously, I am a transgender. My pronouns are fag/faggo. Please don't misgender me. Wait, scratch that. Twitter has erased my transgender identity. Well, I must say I do feel rather dehumanised.
Ew! I mean, yay!
After people started to get crude, abusive and angry on the platform, in December 2015, Twitter introduced its policy on hateful conduct and abuse. It was vague and overbroad. It has also been used as a political cudgel, while allowing people to post actually hateful, threatening and outright evil content. Even Amnesty International voiced real disgust with Twitter's lack of policing actual awful tweets. Twitter's inconsistency and inaction on its own rules not only creates a level of mistrust and lack of confidence in the company's reporting process, it also sends the message that Twitter does not take violence and abuse against women seriously, a failure which is likely to deter women from reporting in the future. Hasn't Amnesty International got better things to do than to be worrying about violent tweets? Fucking pathetic. Yet instead of clamping down on things like pornography, unwanted sexual advances, threats and crude imagery, Twitter started suppressing accounts of people who didn't embrace its preferred version of progressive ideology. In August, Jack Dorsey admitted to CNN that social media in general has a left-leaning bias. A month later, he told Congress that political ideology didn't drive the company's policies. Yet in an interview just days later, Dorsey said he was aware that in his company, conservative employees don't feel safe to express their opinion. So Jack Dorsey and Twitter have graduated from double-think in their interviews, to double-think in Congress, to double-think in their policies, to double-think in their day-to-day operations. Well, I for one can't wait to see the company drown in its own excrement. Good luck with the share price, motherfuckers. Go fuck yourself.
We can't just keep changing randomly based on our viewpoints, because that just adds to the fear of companies like ours, of making these judgments according to our own personal views of who we like and who we don't like. And taking that out upon those people, that those viewpoints change over time, and that just feels random, and it doesn't feel fair, and it doesn't earn anyone's trust, because you can't actually see what's behind it.
Recession! Give me better times, give me better times. Recession!